Welcome to In Pursuit of Truth. This is your host, Sir Patrick Mack. And hey, if you're like me, you're thinking, man, how am I going to get all of these headlines wrapped around my little brain? There's been so much moving and shaking going on lately, whether you've got the G7 summit, and then you've got the Bilderberg and the defense meeting, and then of course you've still got the incoming IG report, which has been moved back a little bit, we understand, and now we've got, of course, what happened this morning, or what's happening right now. North Korea's Kim Jong-un arrives in Singapore. And this is exciting indeed. And of course, he's already here. And President Trump is on his way. Could be by the time that you're viewing this video. He may have already landed, and we're going to keep posted on that. I'm going to be staying up throughout this week, just kind of keeping on top of the events. But exciting stuff. And who knows, maybe Kim Jong-un will adjust the hair a little bit and get a little Western culture in them. Who knows? Anything could happen, but we're on CNN. And just for continuity's sake, pretend my name is Paula. Take it away, Cyril.
Yeah, Paula, I'm glad you said that. I do think it's important to remind the viewers that they are witnessing history in the making. And notwithstanding the outcome of the summit, we don't know how that will end up. We don't know what will be said between Mr. Trump and Kim Jong-un. Nonetheless, the very fact that a U.S. president and a North Korean leader are going to be meeting, that in itself is historic. So you are watching footage shot just moments ago of Singapore City Center, as Paula Hancock was telling you. Paula, when is Donald Trump?
There you go. History in the making. Very exciting indeed. And of course, I will be keeping on top of this, as well as I'm sure a lot of you will be too. And then, of course, we have President Trump, who is arriving from another historic event, the G7. And that's all exciting. And we can't talk about all the things that went on the G7. So we're just going to probably have to do a little montage here. Let me take you to this video, and we'll do a montage. All right, let's watch this. Drone flying over Canada, planes lying up in Canada, everybody's polite in Canada, this guy's leaving, a bunch of black cars, bunch of Mounties and umbrellas and planes, and everybody's going to Canada. Gonna walk on the green thing now, gonna hug Trudeau, gonna wear solid colors and shake hands with everybody you know. It's Canada, kinda looks like France, but it looks like it's gonna be in Canada. Justin Trudeau's got a nice suit on, everybody's wearing blue in Canada. How about you? I'm wearing green here, yeah. Canada. Oh, everybody's finished in Canada. Okay, so not some of my most intrepid reporting, but just the highlights, folks, just the highlights. All right, and one of the highlights, of course, was as Trump being up in Canada, he gets to meet all kinds of Canadian people because they've got them all over up there. And one of them is Trudeau. And they had the pleasure of meeting earlier. And I'm sure you already seen this, but let's just check it out. We've got a couple of leaders of the free world here, a couple of bros, a couple of broskies, a couple of alpha males, right? And we got over here on the left, we've got Trump, and he's kind of like a Chuck Norris, right? And then we've got Trudeau. He's kind of a Charles Bronson. No, how about Pierce Brosnan? There you go. All right, so here's their meeting.
The Academy Awards.
There we go. Yeah, just a couple of dudes just meeting. Yeah. Let's sit down like a couple of bros, having a talk.
Pleasure it is to welcome President Trump to
whoop, sit like a man. What do I do with the elbows here?
A broad range of issues. Obviously, trade has been a topic of discussion and will continue to be. But
all right, there you go. So trade was a topic of discussion, and of course, it didn't go so well, as you already know. And I'm surprised because kudos to Trudeau with the power socks there. He clearly showed up meaning business. He's got the bull. I think they look like a little bull's head. Maybe he woke up and says, you know what, bull by the horns this morning. I'm going to tell Trump. I'm going to tell him I'm taking the bulls by the horn. I'm going to wear the power socks. And of course, Trump looks like he's already planning lunch.
Our engagement towards the world, how we're working together to create good jobs for folks on both sides of the border and around. We both got elected on a commitment to grow the middle class and help those working hard to join it, and that's exactly the kinds of things that we're going to stay focused on. And
Okay, I got to stop you right there. We both got elected, and that's what caught Trump's attention right there. And I want you to see that again. That's right there where he gets the attention, and he says, look, man, don't lump me in with you, bro. And then after he hears the statement, you can see Trump doing the typical talking to himself kind of thing where it's beautiful. Watch it again.
To grow the middle class and help those working hard to join it, and that's exactly the kinds of things that we're going to stay focused on. And it's a pleasure to have you here.
Well, Justin, it's been really great, and I appreciate, Justin has agreed to cut all tariffs and all trade barriers between Canada and the United States. So,
okay, brilliant right there. Trump. Classic Trump loosens up the room, and yet it gives you an element of truth with his absolute statements. Now, of course, that's not going to be what the G7 is all about. It's not going to work out like that. What we're going to get is we're going to get some more equal reciprocation. Of course, he's not going to let all the tariffs go, but there's going to be an exchange of tariffs, I imagine, for a while until things, kind of smooth themselves out. And there's nothing wrong with tariffs. That's what trade is. Well, while in Canada, President Trump did not just meet French Canadians, he met French people too. He met Macron, and Macron and Trump, they are a couple of broskies. We know that. Now, look, I just took you to the end of this meeting. There was something that I would like to point out that I thought was very interesting here, very telling about Macron. Now, Macron, you can see, is looking very intently at Trump. He's concentrating. And Macron these days seems to be almost a fan of President Trump. But I think this is very, very kind of honest. And I think really what we get from Macron is more in what he doesn't say, in the way he listens to Trump, rather than what he actually says to Trump. So let's just check it out.
but I want to thank you. It was very helpful today. I also want to congratulate you because I'm reading what's going on in France. You've got great courage. You're doing the right thing. Nothing's easy, but what you're doing is the right thing.
All right, I want to stop right there. So look, I don't know what the story is. Clearly, Macron was at the White House earlier this year begging to keep the Iran deal going on. And of course, Merkel was doing the same thing. We all know about that mess. Whatever it seems to be at this juncture, it seems that Macron is much more resigned, and it seems to be almost a little bit settled in his role in all of this. Now, whatever's happened with G7, it remains to be seen how this all works out. But Macron seems very, very comfortable with it and seems to have a bit of honest admiration for Trump, and I can't really clown him for that. Now, I want you to see his eyes once Trump says it isn't easy, or whatever he says about being easy. Notice Macron's facial expression.
The right thing. Nothing's easy, but what you're doing is the right thing. And
he kind of takes a swallow. He blinks his eyes, and it's really, 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 it's almost kind of endearing, and it's really nice to see. I don't know exactly what's going on here, but
it's a wonderful country. It's a special country, and you have a special president, that I can tell you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
There you go. And you'll notice that Macron offers up the lower hand. And in a way, this is usually interpreted as subservience, but I think it also means, I think that Macron is clearly showing some honest gratitude here. Let's watch again.
And you have a special president, that I can tell you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
There you go. Okay, so after the G7, Trump flies away, and he's off in Singapore right now. He's landing as I speak, and we got Trudeau all of a sudden put on his tough guy pants. Now, all of a sudden, he's Charles Bronson, no longer Pierce Brosnan. Okay, and he's talking tough, and he's saying, hey, I'm not going to get pushed around, not in my own country. All right, as soon as you fly away, I'm going to tell you off. And if you don't like it, I'll send you a curt email. And if you don't like that, I'll send one with capital letters in it. All right, so clearly, Trudeau is upset, and he doesn't like the fact that Trump doesn't like the fact that they've been steamrolling us with tariffs while getting nothing in return. And so that's all coming to an end, and now Trudeau is talking tough now that Trump is miles away. And that's very Pierce Brosnan. That's not Charles Bronson, okay? Remember, everybody thought Pierce Brosnan was going to make a sweet James Bond. Okay, and then he was James Bond, and we could tell that he ran like a fruity pie, and that was weird. It's okay if you're Justin Trudeau, but you can't run like a fruity pie when you're James Bond. Anyway, here's Justin Trudeau.
I highlighted directly to the president that Canadians did not take it lightly. That the United States has moved forward with significant tariffs on our steel and aluminum industry, particularly did not take lightly the fact that it's based on a national security reason that
Right. Remember 9/11? Weird steel. Remember all these incidents with the faulty steel? Yeah, well, our steel has been faulty. So, yeah, we're going to cut out the faulty steel for a while, and we're going to resurrect our own steel mills in our own countries where we trust it. Good old US of A steel. Sorry, thanks, but no thanks.
it's kind of insulting.
Oh. Is it really? Did you tell him? Did you boss up and tell him? What did you tell him? Were you like, come at me, bro? What did you do?
And I highlighted that it was not helping.
Oh, well, that should have done it probably then. That probably would have solved it.
In our renegotiation of NAFTA, and that it would be with regret, but it would be with absolute certainty and firmness that we move forward with retaliatory measures on July 1st, applying equivalent tariffs to the ones that the Americans have unjustly applied to us.
Okay, so those were a lot of really, really nice Canadian polite words. And God bless you up in Canada. I just love you up there. But listen, so this is what he eventually said. He said, look, I'm really, really kind of upset about this. And I highlighted that I was upset about it. But in the end, I'm going to reluctantly comply with equal trade tariffs, which is what we essentially asked for in the first place. We are going to move on. Well, one person who is not dealing well with all this winning is Nancy Party Pooper Pelosi. She's not enjoying this at all. After all, unemployment is low and minorities' income is at an all-time high. Everyone seems to be doing very well. Everybody's very excited. And we are on the brink of having these historic talks with North Korea. And Nancy Pants is all upset. Let's see what she's got to say.
The unemployment rate in May was 3.8%, the lowest it's been in 18 years. Is that good news?
Well, as I said, unemployment rate is one indication. The fact is, and this has happened before, that people say, oh my goodness, that people are saying the unemployment rate is down. Why isn't my purchasing power increasing?
Okay. Your purchasing power when you get a job increases by the sheer fact that you have a job and you have an income. If you don't have an income, your purchasing power decreases. Now, I'm not a financial strategist, quote unquote. However, I do know that, Nancy Pants.
So this isn't just about the unemployment rate. It's about...
Well, then the question was about the unemployment rate, to be fair.
Wages rising in our country so that consumer confidence is restored, because
okay, so wages need to rise. Worked out well for McDonald's, didn't it, huh? May I take your order, please?
Economy will never fully reach its possibilities unless we increase the consumer confidence in that.
Wait a minute, what? Let's hear that again.
Consumer confidence in that.
Gazuber confidence? What's that? Let's hear that again.
The Gazuber confidence in that.
Okay, the Gazuber confidence. I don't even know what the Gazuber confidence is. Look, people are confident, Nancy. I think things are going very, very well. Now, President Trump's been focusing on the Mueller investigation, Iran, Syria, of course, Korea, and then dealing with completely corrupt cabal media. And I don't think he has any time for Gazuber confidence, but American confidence is at an all-time high.
Bigger paychecks. We were going to increase the frustration of America's families because they'll be saying, hip hip hooray, unemployment is down. What does that mean to me in my life? I need a bigger paycheck. And
God dog. Okay, so clearly Nancy's not so happy about the economy doing so well. She wants bigger paychecks or whatever, I guess. I don't know. Seems like she's got kind of a bad attitude. Sourpuss Pelosi. That can't be good for Gazuber confidence. Let's move on. And this is just of about 30 minutes ago. Bill Mitchell tweets, heard rumors of something big about to drop. It sounds so crazy to me, I can't say more. Reliable sources, but wow. Just have to wait and see on this one. We are going to have to wait and see, but it won't be long because something big just dropped. The big boss and his big ass plane just dropped. There he is. Our President of the United States arriving in Singapore ahead of the North Korea summit. Thank you, TechView, for the video of this. And of course, he's ready to get some fist bumping and some action going on like a boss. Okay, those are some of your headlines. I'm going to get out and watch the news myself. As always, if anything big pops up, I will try my best to be on top of it for you. Enjoy the news. I like my popcorn with M&Ms. Let me know below how you like yours. That is all. If you like this video, please click like, share, subscribe. Do it all over again when YouTube blocks you, because that's what they do. And do me a big, big favor, share the hell out of these videos because YouTube doesn't like that. All right, this is Sir Patrick with In Pursuit of Truth. Make sure to watch the news. After all, Q said I'd watch the news that day. And until next time, stay confident. Stay gazoober confident.